recording? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna edit this later. Okay, well, hello people, Lobo here, and this is gonna be my first video of the guide series I'm gonna be doing over time on stream. I'm actually streaming right now while I'm doing this, um, and I'm gonna do it on a format that's gonna be a bit iffy, but the reason for it is that I wanna be able to explain everything. I mean, every little detail about the whole guide. So what we're doing today is Gogeta. Gogeta ToDs, practical Gogeta ToDs. What I mean by practical is that you need ToDs that you can actually apply on matches, even online matches. Nowadays we're all playing online because quarantine. But yeah, so practical ToDs. What do you want on a practical ToD? You want low bar, you want easy execution, you want to be able to do it anywhere on screen or almost anywhere on screen. So we're gonna be looking at several mid-screen ToDs, several corner ToDs, and all of them come from starters that you will be getting very often. So let's get to it. I've got some clips here that we're gonna be viewing together. I'm gonna be pausing in certain parts of the clips just to tell you how to execute them well and what to look for, what details to be looking at to make sure that you don't drop them. So let's get to it. Alright, so first clip. This is a mid-screen ToD, and you wanna note that you can actually do this route both from 2M and 5H. So let's look at it. 5H, you can do 2M as well. Alright, so pause here, and I'm gonna back up a little bit. Let's look at this part. When you do 5LL and you get the 5M, after the 5M you wanna immediately input a super jump. That's how you get the correct height to do, again, 5LL. So you'll get this kick here. After the kick you want to be holding jump and 5H so that you get the other kick jump cancelled. See? Right after that you want to just 5S into 2S for the beams into super dash, which you'll see right now. And you gotta, after the super dash, you don't want to wait for the super dash to hit. You want to buffer the Rekka. And the Rekka is gonna be 236 LMM. See? Now we're gonna back up again for the other part. After the Rekka, right here, see this right spot is where you want to be really mindful on how you call your assist. This is where everyone just has to extrapolate the ToD to their teams. So there's two instances where you should call the assist depending on which assist it is. So you want to try to get the assist to come out right before the last hit or right after the last hit, depending on the assist, depending on how fast it is. In case of Broly, I need the assist to come out right before the third hit of the Rekka. So you'll see that I call it right after the second hit of the Rekka, so that it comes with the third hit. See? The assist comes with the third hit. After that, you just want to 2S, 5S into MDP and empty vanish into DR, and you get the level 5. As you can see, this is a 1 assist ToD. We have a 2 assist version so that you can do it when you have your whole team, but the idea is that you can do it with just 1 assist. So here's the 2 assist version. As you can see, it's just the same route. Identical route. Watch the Rekka. You can get a Rekka after 1 beam. You skip 1 beam, You don't do 2 beams after the first assist. You do 1 and then do light Rekka into the second assist. Now that depending on your second assist, in my case it's a C assist, so it's easier to connect. You may need to do it differently. You may need to maybe skip the first beam into straight Rekka. You may need to do an air DR after the assist instead of just ground DR. Try to extrapolate into your team, but basically this is the most you can get out of Houston Decay on this route. So we're now gonna look at a route that's similar, but this one's on the corner, and this one's a bit easier to do, and you can get more damage for less bar. Let's look at it. As you can see, it's quite similar on the ending. Alright, so what are the perks on this one? See, let's go bit by bit. So far, it's the same as the mid-screen route. Here is the first difficulty of this ToD. After this 5H here, you want to go into beam, you mean 5S, and then you want to go into J5H, the kick. But you don't want to be importing it too early, because if you did it too low to the ground, you won't get the cancel for the rest of the moves. So let's look at the right height for it. See? This is the right height. And how do you get the right height? Well, you want to hold jump first and only press 5H when you're allowed to attack. You'll get the feel for it. It's really quite easy. It's not that hard, but it's the first thing you'll run into problems with this ToD. The rest is just 5S, 2S, cancel into J5H, 5S, 2S again, then super dash like the other ToD into Rekka, and you have to do the same with the assist that you did on the ToD of the big screen one. So the same thing goes for this one. You want to make sure you input your assist in the correct moment at the Rekka. It's either with the third hit or either after the third hit. In my case, if I want to use 21 instead of Broly, I need to wait for the Rekka to finish and then call the assist. Just make sure you extrapolate to your own team. So, same theory, empty vanish, DR, and you get the level 5. So much damage. Perfect. Now the next version, I'm gonna check this here, is the 2SS version. There we go. Had a bit of a thing going on here. Same theory. Skip one beam. Oh, I don't need to skip. Well, that route doesn't need to skip one beam, so yeah, it works right like that. And you get level 1, level 1 with 2 assists. So it's really less bar, like really less bar. You need barely any bar for it. Actually, how much does it need? Let's go back to it. Just 0 bar, to be honest. Almost 0 bar, like 0.25 bar. So yeah, this ToD is really something. You should probably run this one for your whole team. I'm sure you'll make it work. Okay, next one. This is, I think this is the same with 2 assists as well. The ender, I think, is different. Let's look at it. same concept, just with a 2M instead of a 5H. No, it works both ways. Every ToD from Gogeta that's from 5H works for 2M 5H and vice versa. So if you get a 2M, if you get a 5H anywhere on mid screen, you mostly will get this ToD. But you gotta be careful. I will show this later. But if you're in certain spots where you're too far from the corner, like say you are from half a bit to the left, and you try to ToD to the right, you won't get the corner in time, and you will drop it on the first cancel JH. So it's actually from mid-screen, and if you're not near the corner, I mean, you can actually side switch if you want from the grab, but it's difficult to know when you're near one side of another after the grab. So yeah, you gotta be mindful on the distance. Okay, so let's look at the next ToD. This one's, let's see. Okay, so now we're on the 2H ones. So 2H, 2H, 2H. You will get 2H a lot in this game, so these are really important to get those kills early. So yeah, let's look at it. So you can see the route is basically similar to the other corner ones, except you get to do a full JLL after the beams. And the ender is different. Let's look at it bit by bit. So, same concept. You wanna cross under and 2M5H into beam, into cancel JH, and do the same that you did in the other ToD. Wait, no, got a frame skip there. After the super dash, you want to just do 5LLL. You'll get the whole thing. And then you get to do beam into Rekka. Same concept as before. You can actually do either the MDP into MTDR or the heavy Rekka into DR as I did. It works both ways. So doesn't matter which you choose, you'll get the kill anyway. One assist again. There's really nothing to this ToD besides what we already talked about the Rekkas and the assists. So just practice. Next one, we have this version with 2 assists. So as you can see, of course this will kill. This particular version, all it does is just get a second assist after the Rekka. So whatever assist you have that can get you a DR after a Rekka will make this ToD a 2 assist ToD, and in consequence you will have it for less bar. So yeah, more practical. Less bar is better always. So next ToD we have the light DP ones. These are the hardest of the ones we have on this video. I do not like to do light DP for Oki situations. I mostly like to XDP. That doesn't get me the kill, but it's more reliable online because light DP is only air invulnerable, as MDP and XDP are invulnerable to everything. So it is, I mean, if you want to go for light DP, you can do these ToDs I'm about to show you, but I'm not sure. I mean, I learned them, but I don't really use them. But maybe for you guys who like to use light DP, you will find some use for these. So let's look at them. Bit of a frame skip there, but we'll go back to it later, don't worry. Now, light DP ToDs require to assist. I haven't found that one assist version has worked yet, so yeah. How does this work? So, it's really hard to get this one started because you need really precise inputs at the right beginning of it. So, see this DP? You need it to get all the hits in before you spark, but you gotta spark right at the last hit. Sorry for that. Yeah, you gotta spark right at the last hit, and don't let the character go to the side because you won't get the cross under after. And the cross under is really hard too. Look, you gotta air dash. You can't wait you cannot wait for your character to go back to the ground. You need to air dash and then immediately get a 2M5H going. It's really finicky, but it's possible. The concept right after is right the same as before, but you don't get the full 5LL after the super dash. You want to cancel your 5LL into the Rekka. Assist play is the same. You want assist, 2 beams, Rekka into the second assist, into either grab or DR, both work, both kill, into level 1, level 2, level 1, level 3. Here's a different version of it, if I'm not mistaken. This one's with DR, as we talked earlier. This one you can do right into level 1, level 3, and you'll get it. This one costs a bit less bar. Concept is the same. And the third one we got. See how that's hard? See that? I actually kept that part on clip so I could show you. This one just goes straight into 5H after the cross under. For some reason, I don't remember, this one's sold. Oh right, because I wanted that side switch. And we're gonna go right now into a last clip that I just recorded, just so you can see what Gogeta can do when he's on limit break. So, limit break, for those who don't know, actually gives you a 20% damage just because you're alone in the screen. Your team is dead, Gogeta's all you have left, and just for that you get a 20% damage. If you combine that with sparking, it goes up to 30%. So Gogeta's starters are really damaging, which means that when you're alone and you have sparking, you can actually ToD much earlier, and you can actually cut these ToDs in half and get the kill anyway. Let's see. This is a mid-screen version. I didn't even need to go to any vanish or anything. I just level 3 out of the Rekka. And that's it. You get the kill. Well, anyway, that's it for the clips. right? Let's go to the game for a bit. I wanna explain some very few things before I end the video. Okay, so what happens if I get the ToD, if I get the star, say here? Let's say we get the 5M here. And I want a ToD, like this. And I do the cross under, and I do the cancel. Oh wow, it whiffed. Why? Because we're too far. This works only mid-screen. So, what do you want to do when you're like here? You want to do this. And even then, sometimes it'll whiff. Not always you'll be able to get the side switch properly, even if you're a bit to one side or the other. So you gotta be mindful of which part of the screen you're at when you want a ToD. So, say you can get this. Say you get somehow you gotta 5M here. Let's see. Say you somehow wait. I gotta cancel this. Say you somehow get the 5M here. You can very well do this. Do not cross under, and get the ToD here. See? Easy. God, I love this thing. I should cut it, but I love it. But then again, if you get it here, I mean, you can just go for the other route. But yeah, for the mid-screen route, you want to make sure you're near enough. If you're just like here, you can do it pretty easily, like here. Here it's easy. You're already in the corner. But if you're like here and you do it from this side, you're gonna whiff. So you probably want to try a route straight from 5M, like this. And I haven't found one yet for that, so yeah, we're probably gonna cover that on a later video. But this has gone for too long already, so we're gonna probably end here. Thank you all for watching this. Sorry if the whole process was a bit tedious, if my explaining gets iffy sometimes. This isn't my native language also, so yeah, I'm really sorry for that, but I hope it helped you guys, and like and subscribe if you feel like it. Make sure to check my stream on the description, because, you know, I do a lot of YouTube, but I mostly do streaming on Twitch, so I could really use you guys on Twitch for me. So that's it. See you next time. Bye!